Hi there, my name's Davina Bell and I'm an author for books for kids of all different ages, and you might even be able to spy behind me some of the books that I have written. I'm very excited to be announcing the launch of the Storylines Writing Competition, which is a writing competition for kids aged 5 to 16 who live in the Kingston area and the surrounds. And I thought if you're interested in entering that competition and you want to give yourself a really good chance of maybe getting a prize, I would give you 5 tips to make your creative writing really good. So these are 5 things that I've learned along the way about being an author. My first tip is choose a world that you are really interested in. So that might be something in the world of your own life, like the world of footy or the world of ballet or dancing or the world of Lego, or it might be a whole nother world completely. It might be the world of space or the world of underwater or the world of a castle or the world of a volcano. So first think, what am I really interested in? What would I love spending time writing about? Something that you're passionate about. So that could be the basis of the world of your story, which is also called the setting of your story. My next tip is to create a main character who really cares about one particular thing. They really want one particular thing in their life. So it doesn't have to be a human. It could be a human, a boy or a girl, or it could be a man or a woman, a grown-up, an adult. It could be a troll, it could be a vampire, it could be some kind of mystical creature like a fairy or a unicorn, it could be a robot, it could be an alien. So choose your character and then give them something they really want more than anything in the world. For example, it might be that they're really lonely and they want a friend, or they might want to explore the world and travel, or they might really want a pet, or they might really want to do really well in a competition of some kind, like a footy competition or a spelling bee competition. Or maybe what they really want is a family, like Matilda from Roald Dahl, or like Harry Potter, for example. Or it could be that they really want a special object like a magic goblet or a cup or a necklace, or maybe they want to travel in time to the future, to the past. What is something your character really wants? Then here's the fun part. You get to think, number 3, what is stopping that character from getting what they want? Is it something in their own selves? Are they not confident enough? Or are they a bit too shy, a bit scared to go adventuring? Or do they just not believe in themselves? Or maybe it's somebody around them who's stopping them, who's not letting them go, someone they have to escape from, someone they have to sneak away from, someone they have to trick, or someone they have to stand up to and be brave. So what is stopping them? Or it could be something in the world. It could be that there's been a big flood or a lava explosion, or maybe they're living in a time when they're very poor and they don't have any money or any food, they're very hungry. What is stopping your character from getting that one thing that they really want? And then, number 4, how does your character solve that problem? Number 4, how do they get what it is they finally want? How do they overcome that obstacle or solve that problem in order to get what it is that their heart desires? And also, here's what separates a good story from a great story. And maybe this is for some of the older kids. As they get what they really want, how have they changed as a character? How have they grown as a person? Authors are always talking about how does your character grow and change as a result of the adventure they've gone on to get what they want. And if you can show that how they're different at the end from how they were at the start, then I think you have the basis for a really good story. Maybe they've learned kindness or empathy, or maybe they've learned how to stand up for themselves, or maybe they've learned a new skill like Quidditch, or maybe they have learned how to take care of someone or something like a new pet or a new friend. How have they changed in the course of your story? And the last one, okay, for number 5, you're going to go away, you're going to think about the first 4 things: the world that you're interested in, the character who really wants something, what is stopping them getting it, and how they solve it. Then you're going to go away and do a big brainstorm of all your ideas. And once you've picked all those different things, you've decided, yep, I'm going to choose a troll who really wants to go in an ice skating competition, but he lives on a volcano where there's no ice, and he's going to solve it by finding a wizard who can teach him a spell to turn lava into ice. Once you've got all those ideas, Go away and write your first draft. It can be in a notebook or on the computer. And when you have written one draft, I would read it to yourself and think really carefully, have I done all those things that I set out to do? Have I given them a problem, something they really, really want? Have I given a description of what kind of world they're living in so the reader can picture it in their minds? And have I solved that problem? And is there a happy ending? Maybe there's a sad ending, or maybe there's a bittersweet ending, which is a bit happy and a bit sad. When you've written a first draft, I would like, as number 5, I would like to give you the tip to go back and add in some extra little bits and pieces that make really beautiful language, some descriptive words, adjectives, maybe some similes and metaphors, like you might have heard of these, and see if you can make them as original and fresh as they possibly can be, so that the judge reading them will think, wow, I've never heard that before. So instead of just writing, her eyes were as blue as the sky, think, what's something else that's blue that's a bit unusual? What about, her eyes were as blue as a rock star's denim jacket? That could be a good one. Or instead of saying, her teeth were shiny like diamonds, you could say, her teeth were as shiny as the sun bouncing off the sea. So some beautiful descriptive language to really paint a picture to put in the judge's mind. And see if you could maybe find 4 different places in your story to add a really nice description. And then once you've added them in and written your story again, did you know most authors, when they write a book, they don't just write it 1 or 2 times, they actually end up writing it probably about between 5 and 10 times before they get it right. So once you've gone and rewritten it and maybe rewritten it again, I suggest you read it to someone, a friend, your mum and dad, your grandma, grandpa, someone like your teacher. Read it out to them and get them to say, when they come across bits that they don't understand or are a bit confusing, get them to say, stop, I didn't get that bit. I thought they were on Mars, but now they seem to be in ancient Egypt. And you could say, yeah, they went through that portal into another land. And then they might say, oh, you forgot to put that in the story. You've got to write in the portal. You might read back and think, oh, it was in my mind, but it wasn't on the paper yet. So make sure all of your good ideas are definitely on the paper, so it's not confusing. And as the judge is reading it, there's nothing to pull them away from your brilliant story. No mistakes to pull them out of that beautiful world that you have created. And I think if you can capture those 5 things, if you can write about the world, your interesting character who you care about, something that's stopping them from getting what they want, then how they solve it, and add in beautiful little bits and pieces of nice language, imagery that's called, to make a really clear picture in the reader's mind, I think you have the start of a really fantastic story that I would be really interested in reading. So good luck, everybody. If you're interested in entering the Storylines competition, like I said, you have to be between 5 and 16 years of age. There are lots of different categories, and you can look on the Kingston Library website, and there's an entry form there, and it can tell you all the different things you need to know about entering the competition. And go out there, brainstorm your 5 things, start writing, and good luck. Thank you so much. I wish you all the best, and I look forward to reading the winners of this fantastic competition. Thanks, Kingston Library, for having me.